What's going on, everybody? I'm Christian James. This is Field Pass Podcast. I'm with Matt Kubler right here. Matt, how you doing, buddy?
What's up, brother? How are you? I'm glad to be here, man. This is awesome. Your first podcast, dude.
Yes, it's exciting.
Your first.
It's exciting.
This is like the launch of your career in sports radio.
That's big. That's a big deal.
Gigantic,
I'm
dude.
excited. It is.
It's
It is. I'm
gigantic.
excited. I'm excited to bring it to all of you guys too, out in the Facebook world and Anchor and all those worlds right there.
Well, where can they hear the podcast once we get done this Facebook Live?
Once we get done this live right here, you can check us out on iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, Anchor, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, Breaker, Castbox, and Overcast. So once you're done here, you want to watch a replay of our amazing broadcast, you have tons of opportunities.
You can hear it everywhere. It's
You
literally any place that there's a podcast that you would listen to, that's where it's going to be. And
that's the great thing about internet these days. You have
Right.
so many opportunities to listen and watch us.
And I think it's cool that you wanted to do this this Facebook Live version first, because listen, go big or go home. You're jumping
That's
right
right.
in, both
That's right.
feet. Lansdale Catholic in the house here.
Crusaders.
Oh yeah, there it is. There we go.
Still working out the cameras, but all right.
So we're trying to figure this out. I appreciate everybody who's joining in on my feed. It's important for me to support Christian. I'm his mentor, and we do a lot of stuff every week together. Just trying to create opportunities for him to be successful. And this is one of the things that has been in the making for a couple months now. And I think it's important that he knows that he's got support and he's got people that want to help him. And so if anybody can go out and support Christian, I would take it as a personal favor to me, and thank you very much for that.
Wow, thanks, Matt.
Anytime,
I really
buddy.
appreciate it.
All right, let's get into it, dude.
Let's get into it. We're going to talk about bowl games. We had a lot of fun bowl games yesterday. Let's just start with Marshall, who dominated Southern Florida on Friday in both offense and defense. While looking at the stats and the records, Marshall came out strong, scoring 21 points. It took a while for Florida's defense, and that's South Florida's defense, to kind of get in the rhythm. But unfortunately, South Florida never led in this game, and Marshall dominated the whole way through on offense and both defense.
The Thunder and Herd.
I
remember there was a time period when they were without a football team. I remember there was that movie with Matthew McConaughey where he played the coach, and after, I guess, a lot of the team was killed in, I think it was a plane crash.
Oh, no.
I'm not. Yeah,
I gotta watch that.
You gotta watch that movie.
I gotta watch the movie.
I think it's called The Thunder and Herd, to be honest with you. But
you gotta write it down after this, and I'll tune into it.
That's why I'm your mentor, buddy.
There we go. There you go. Great.
What other games do we have going on?
All right, so we have Northern Illinois never shows up to this game. UAB upsets 37-13. Tyler Johnston, the quarterback, throws for 373 yards on the day. That's a lot of yardage right there, Matt.
And I guess Northern Illinois didn't know there was a game.
No, I mean 37-13.
That's a blowout.
Yeah,
and not much defense being played there in Northern Illinois.
I mean, you got to figure that out going into the offseason. You got to draft. I hope signing day was just this past week, so I hope you really took advantage of that into going next year. Into I mean, the Hawaii LA Tech game. The LA Tech head coaches were up at 2 a.m. with the Hawaii time change, and they were up 2 a.m. phone calls, signing
Getting
people.
the signings.
It was amazing. Yes.
That's what you got to do if you want to get good players.
Exactly.
Got to go the extra mile.
You do. Aztecs of San Diego State shut out by Ohio 27-0. So this was another case of not showing up, sleeping in too late, eating
San
breakfast
Diego.
too much.
So who won that game?
Ohio. 27-0.
Listen, if I lived in San Diego, I don't know if I'd be getting up for anything. That's beautiful. I'd just be hanging out on the beach, so I can understand if they didn't show up to play that game.
The last game San Diego State played, this was on the weekend after Thanksgiving, and I was up for that game. It was against Hawaii. They were leading Hawaii up in the fourth quarter. Hawaii comes back, takes it into overtime. Hawaii wins it. I think in like the second overtime, maybe. It was defense.
I like the fact that both those teams have great beaches, and I don't know how they even get anything accomplished in college.
No, it's amazing, and we could only dream.
I can only
going back and going
next one. Go Army, beat Navy.
That's right.
Gotta love the Black Knights of Army.
That's right. So here we go, transitioning into Army, scoring a victory 70-14. I think it was
7-0.
7-0, yes, 7-0 to 14. Against Houston, actually. So that was a big game.
And they're usually an offensive team. Like they usually have the spread offense and score a lot of points.
And so you just talked about Army as an offense team, great team. The quarterback Hopkins for Army, 3 for 3, only threw 6 passes, 170 yards rushing. I know he had a great rush. I want to say of 90 plus yards last night as they defeated Houston.
Well, you
but again, that's a great.
So that just proves that the Army-Navy game wasn't a fluke. That Army deserved to win.
Army deserved to win. I mean, Navy gave a hell of a shot, but yes, Navy, Army does win this 70-14, and this is Army's first 11-win season, which is big for them. They've got 10 from Navy and then 11 yesterday, and it ties the blowout record in a bowl game, and that is 56 points. Wow. So it ties the record. So again, that's big there.
Now, what do we? I guess we're gonna do a little high school football.
Yes, so we're gonna go to my area, my best known knowledge, and let's go to the high school game-ending Hail Mary. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet. It's an easy Google high school game-ending Hail Mary, and you can basically look it up. However, we are going to Texas. It is North High School's Davis throws a Hail Mary to end game, and he throws this bomb from the 46-yard line of, I think it was Duncanville in their territory, bombs it downfield. A.J. Carter with the reception. It was an unbelievable shot.
And that was the end of the game, right?
Yes, they were down 35-36. Down no more coming out of this Hail Mary. Yes, so North Shore wins, Texas State champions. And that's it right there for the high school football. Again, you have to search high school game-ending Hail Mary and maybe North Shore. That will help you out there because it was a great throw.
Let's talk a little bit of Lansdale Catholic. Okay. I know it's good to talk all the national stuff. Let's talk a little of the old Crusader football. How were they this year? I know you did the play-by-play for them on Lansdale Catholic TV. Mm-hmm. How was the team this year?
We have improvement to grow, and I know there's going to be improvement and there's going to be growth next season. This season was not our best. I want to say we ended at 2-7, somewhere around there.
So do you have young talent?
We do. Danny Duckwitz, an amazing running back. This is his second straight year going for 1,000 yards. So he's done this 2 times.
And what year is he in?
He is a junior, so he's in my
grade. So he's got another year.
Already getting a lot of college looks. I've been talking with him first period. But yes, he's, I guess I want to say, the star in my eyes, the star of the team right there.
What about the basketball team? How are they doing, the boys basketball?
They're not doing too well. Not doing too well that I've seen. I have yet to get to a game. Again, school.
Well, maybe we do a maybe sometime soon we get somebody from the basketball team on the show.
We do. That would be cool. I know that's in the works too. Yeah. So that's stay tuned for that because that's going to come shortly. But no, they're kind of off to a rocky start. But no, in any case, they are going to come back, and they are going to they're going to get there. They're going to kind of get their chemistry down, and they're going to find their way. I know that, just like any team does.
Yeah, it takes a while.
That's exactly
especially right. when you have younger players coming up, and not everybody knows each other.
That's exactly right. Yeah. Including we got a freshman JV and a varsity team, so it's gonna take a while. Yeah.
So listen, I'm going to be honest with you. The next thing we're going to talk about, I know nothing about, other than when I was younger, in like my early 20s, I used to go down to the Spectrum to watch them play. But we're going to talk about National League Lacrosse. And I'm going to let you sort of run with this one because I don't got much to say other than I like it when they yell sucks when they introduce names, which they haven't done this now, but they've got to get back to that.
So, and I'm going to correct you really quickly. The National Lacrosse League. I don't know if you said that.
No, I know nothing.
You're good. Okay, so let's get right into that. I guess the big topic is we have 3 new teams coming into the NLL, National Lacrosse League. To start, it's the Philadelphia Wings back home, baby. Philly gets our Wings back. Go up north to Canada, the Vancouver Warriors, who've already played twice, and the San Diego Seals, who took the turf yesterday. And they destroyed, I would say, the Colorado Mammoth at home in Colorado, 17-12. So that was a big game. And it's always great when you score your first goal as a franchise. It's something special. It's something you'll always remember.
So this is the first time they've ever been a franchise. They're not like go on and come back like the Wings?
Yes. Yeah. As of what I heard, it's their first outing. And it's great because –
I'm not sure I like the name Seals, but whatever.
I was a little shocked at that too. But I think what it is And this is the same with the news about the Premier Lacrosse League with Paul Rabel. You're growing. They base their headquarters, the PLL, in Los Angeles. So they're trying to build the sport of lacrosse out to the West Coast. So I want to say that had a big factor in doing that. Canada gets their team, the Vancouver Warriors. I think they were already a team, if I heard yesterday. But yeah, so 3 new teams in the NLL. I actually went to that Philadelphia Wings game last weekend, and it was an unfortunate loss. However, you got to look at the positive of every situation. They tied it up a couple times. There was a fight that I saw that was awesome.
Gotta love a hockey fight or a lacrosse fight.
That's right. I never have seen a fight before, so that was pretty cool. Plus, it's a great rivalry too, so they were really getting chippy.
Did they play Rochester?
They played the Buffalo Bandits.
Buffalo Bandits.
Yeah, so the Bandits went on top 17 to 15 it was. And then for good news, they lost
Who did?
The Buffalo Bandits yesterday to Toronto. So I was happy about that. And however, going over to the Bandits, Josh Barn scored a behind the crease dunk. And Matt, I showed you a video of that. What you think?
That was pretty cool. He ran around the back of the goal and did an over the top and dunked it in behind the top crossbar behind the goalie. That was pretty cool. I don't know if I could ever do that, but it looked. I would have probably fell out of the net on the lacrosse stick on my way to the goal.
Again, you can find this video probably on National Lacrosse League's Instagram. You can find it on Warriors Instagram. It's going to be all over the place. But yes, so basically runs, kind of jukes his flare, comes back behind the crease. And the whole time, the goalie doesn't even look. He's looking straight. He thinks Barn is going to come around back, goes to the left side, and he just comes in on the right, knocks it in. It was truly an amazing goal. I would watch it. Again, it's Warriors Instagram or the National Lacrosse League's Instagram, but it was a great goal. And that's the best thing about this sport too, is that you can get your first goals and it feels like something special, or you can just score an amazing goal, which I've seen. We're in our second week of the NLL, going into our third next weekend. And it's awesome. I love seeing great
sport.
Goals and fast playing game. Gotta love it.
And there's not a lot of podcasts that are out there that are going to cover everything from high school football and basketball to the NLL to our local 4 sports. I mean, so I think your plan for what you want to do with this podcast is pretty cool. I'm enjoying the format that you're going to bring. It's cool.
Thanks, my man.
So let's do a little quick Eagles update.
Let's go. So we have the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Houston Texans in a game I think the Eagles have to win. But I also think they can win after defeating the Los Angeles Rams last weekend. So, Matt,
real quick, we got a 16-13 score. I know for those of you who are watching, hopefully you have the Eagles game on at the same time. But the Eagles are losing 16-13. Nick Foles is 21-28. Looked like he's 21-28 for 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. Deshaun Watson's playing well as well. Sproles is having a game. And 3 receptions for 78 yards and a touchdown. So, I don't know if I want to get into a shootout with anybody. No. But let's hopefully things settle down after halftime and we can control the game and just go up. And I think they're going to win 27-24 would be my guess. I
was going to say 24-17, but they're already at 60, so that's probably not going to happen. But, Matt, let's expand on this now. So, Nick Foles comes in, first game as a starter last weekend. Me personally, I think it's a great opportunity. You got fresh legs. You got a Super Bowl MVP coming in. All the Eagles need to do is win out today.
That's it.
Redskins are out. That's right. Yeah, but it's not that easy because then the Vikings, I want to say, need to lose.
Yeah, they need to lose. Yep. I was listening on WIP on the way in, and if the Vikings lose one and the Eagles went out, they're in. If the Cowboys lose out and the Eagles went out, they're in. And then there was one other scenario where someone had to lose out, and the Eagles had to win out in order to get in.
Who are the Vikings playing? Do you know?
I want to say Detroit. And that's – but you know what? Detroit can either be hot or cold. I mean, if Matthew Stafford's on.
They beat the Patriots.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. So I think they beat a lot of good teams too. A lot of great teams.
And Matt Patricia, the head coach there, the new head coach he was the
New England.
Yeah, New England's defensive coordinator, I believe. He's a guy that I think has the talent inside of him to bring out the best. So you know what? If he's got the right game plan together, I think he can take down the Vikings. And if the Eagles can win, then they're controlling their own destiny.
Yes, that's true. But it's just getting really tight, and there's I think one more game left, and that game's the decider game. You got one more game next week, and we take on the Redskins.
Let's see what St. Nick's got. If we win today, here's the deal though. I think I'm a Carson Wentz guy.
Okay,
I'm always going to be a Carson Wentz guy. I think he is a star, and he's got the ability to do anything and everything with a football. Mm-hmm. People forget. I mean, I do a lot of rehab with people. And I work with people with neurological, neuromuscular disease. I've rehabbed 30 ACLs on kids, and even though he made it back to start the season, he wasn't 100%, and
that's true.
And he took a crap ton of beatings the first 3, 4, 5 games of the season. He was sacked a ton, and that's when that injury to his vertebrae occurred. And when you can't flex or move your torso or extend on a throw, balls are going to be high. And that's why if you see over the last 3 or 4 weeks, when he was playing, he was overthrowing a lot of players. It's because he couldn't get that extension because his back was hurting. And that's just, you can't do anything about that. And I think the fact that his hamstring and his legs weren't exactly 100% underneath him, he wasn't able to get out. I don't think he was comfortable reading defenses yet. I don't think he trusted his own ability, so he held on to the ball longer than he should have. One thing about Nick, and Nick's a consummate pro. He gets rid of the football.
That's true.
And that's
could be
the
Tom
difference.
Brady-esque. Would you say that?
No, I wouldn't go that far. But
he gets rid of it. Yeah. I mean, you see Brady, and they put the time counter that he holds the football. He's probably not going more than a minute, a second,
couple seconds. Yep.
That's good. Yep.
And I think the thing that the offense will run better when the quarterback can make a quick read, when the quarterback can make a decision and trust his instincts and go with it. And I think that's one of the things that Carson was missing, was that trust in his own instincts. And I think he wanted to make the perfect throw instead of making the throw that was presented to him.
You also have to have chemistry among your wide receivers.
Yeah.
You got to know. I've seen too many times, whether it's college or NFL, that you throw the football one way, the guy's going right, and he goes left, or the guy's too far out when he could have come back in, or he should have.
Especially on a broken play, the receiver's got to know where they're going to go when you're scrambling around. Well, let's go. First of all, go Birds. Let's get one more real quick. See if there's any change in the score. No, it's halftime. So 16-13 halftime. So let's just hope that things settle down in the second half and the Eagles can pull out a win.
Do we know if DeAndre Hopkins is playing?
He is. They said he's playing hurt, but he's definitely was in the game. So, yes. And he's a weapon, obviously, that if he's even remotely close to 100%, they're going to keep an eye on.
All right. So no pun intended. Do you want to shoot over to Connor Hart?
Well, let's hope he stops it. But yeah, the Flyers are like,
they're iffy.
Oh, they drive me nuts. But I have to admit that the last 3 games since Carter Hart's been in net, they seem to look like they're playing like they know what they want to do. They don't look lost. It's not like, I mean, there were times that I would watch a game and I'd be like, what the hell are they doing?
Yeah.
Like that, there's no plan. No. And I think when you trust your goalie, the defense plays better.
Yes. I mean, Connor Hart's 2-1 so far, starting.
Yep.
So that's a good deal.
And he's like, what, 20?
Yeah, he's young. I mean, they brought him up from the Phantoms, so he's still a young guy.
But hopefully he doesn't go back down.
No. I don't think, as of right now, I think they're going to keep him. And there are other goalies injured, right?
Yeah, and he sucks anyway.
No,
there isn't a single goalie they have on the roster that I would want in there over Carter Hart. I don't care how young he is.
No, Connor,
he's got star potential. But long as he can keep his head right.
Going back to the Wings for a second, they had a goalie switch because I want to say
2 games in or what?
I know, right? So I heard him. It's the same thing. Like you want to do what's best for your team to win,
right?
And I heard that with Coach Rolovich in Hawaii, and he took out Cole McDonald for another one of their quarterbacks who was a redshirt freshman, and they put him in the game. And what I'm saying is, though, with the Wings, they pulled their goalie, but their goalies are so young. I think the youngest is 24, the oldest is 26. So again, it's whatever's going to be. And in my opinion, when their original goalie was not good, but when they did the switching, the goalie change, the kind of spirit of the team increased, and everyone was like, okay. And I was like, and unfortunately I said, oh, this goalie's really good. And then they score on the goalie. So it's like unfortunate, but,
well, and lacrosse, I mean, you have 17 goals.
Yes.
I mean, that's a normal
56 shots, something around there. Yeah. So, but yeah, it was a high scoring game, but I do think that the second goalie was able to block more shots than the last goalie and was kind of more settled in, I want to say, than the other goalies. Well, but keep in mind, there's still 2 young goalies too, and they have a lot to
and they're a new team.
And yeah, but again, the spirit, the amount of like chemistry and the spirit change that grew after that goalie change.
Well, I'm a Clemson guy, and I'm friends with Dabo's and his brother Tracy, and when the season started, they had their number 1 guy who gets hurt.
I do remember.
And then they brought in the number 2 guy,
Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence. Our number 1 guy gets switched for number 2 guy. That's what it was. Number 1 guy wasn't doing well.
He gets angry and
leaves the team, and number 2 guy gets hurt. So now you got number 3 guy who looks like Sunshine from.
He's got the gold.
He's got the long hair. What was the movie with Denzel Washington was the head coach? Remember the Titans. Remind me of Sunshine from Remember the Titans. Yeah. And they're going to be playing for national championship with a freshman quarterback.
Yeah. I still think it's going to be Alabama Clemson. I don't think Notre Dame has a chance. It's going to be interesting. I didn't realize this, but it's going to be the Heisman runner-up versus the Heisman champion.
That's true.
Yeah. So that's going to be a fun one to watch. But you can't root against Alabama. You want to try to against LSU or Ole Miss and say, okay, Ole Miss is going to give them a hard shot. LSU is going to give them a hard shot. Auburn might give them a hard shot. I don't care what you say. It's not going to happen. Alabama is going to come out on top either way.
I think Clemson wins the national title.
I kind of have that feeling too.
And I think they do because I believe in Dabo Swinney. I believe in his message.
Yeah.
Tracy, if you're watching this, brother, I can't wait till 2019 when the season's over and I have you on the show and hopefully Dabo as well.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be real cool. Yeah. But what Dabo teaches is the growth of men and how do I take these boys that I get when they're 18 years old and turn them into men that are going to go out and be productive, not just be football players. And that's what I love about him. I'm not saying that Saban doesn't do that. I'm just saying Dabo publicly does that. And that's something that I find refreshing in big dollar college sports, especially college football.
Yeah. I even like, I think his name's Christian Wilkins.
Yeah.
Great name.
Yep.
Great name.
Christian, great name.
Yes. They put him all over. I feel like they do put him all over. I know he's a great running back on the 1 yard line.
Yep.
He can punch it in. I've seen him on defensively too. So that's another great point right there. But it'd be cool to have Dabo and his wife Tracy on.
His brother.
His brother. Okay,
yeah.
His brother. My bad. Thank you,
Tracy.
My bad. But yeah, it'd be cool to have the two of them.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
All right, what are we going to talk about next?
Sixers, brother. Sixers. I want to say
win.
Ben Simmons. Yeah, with the win last night, I want to say Ben Simmons. He did an amazing. Looking on Instagram, I've seen his emotions really increase from the time that he had his triple double. But however, he said, wait, I got a triple double. Yes, but I didn't play well, so it doesn't make sense to me.
Right.
To last night, he's blowing up the boards. He's doing this. He's doing that. I'm getting alerts like out the wazoo. It's awesome. And I think with the Jimmy Butler edition, I know you like Jimmy Butler.
I love Jimmy Butler.
It's really,
again,
increased spirits and increased, great playing throughout.
He's got energy. He's a guy that he plays defense. He isn't afraid to take that clutch 3 with 3 seconds left. We talked about that before, you and I. And I like what he does as far as spreading the floor. It lets Embiid have a little less of a double team. It lets Ben Simmons have an opportunity to drive the basketball, which is where he's most comfortable because obviously he's not taking jump shots. I think the chemistry of the team is right where it's supposed to be. And I think if they can make one more trade before the trade deadline and bring in somebody who may be an additional sharpshooter to help JJ Redick,
that'd be cool.
I think that's what the team and offense is great, but you got to be able to make a stop in the last minute and a half of a game. You can't have a 2-point game and not be able to stop anybody.
Yes.
So if they bring in a sharpshooter, hopefully it's somebody like Jimmy Butler who can also play defense.
And you're down by 1 or 2 with 5 seconds left to go into overtime. Pass it out to Butler on the 3-point line. Waits till 1.5, takes the basket, buzzer beater, it's in.
He does it every time.
He's a great.
And even when he misses, he don't care. He's like, I'll take it next game if it happens again. Give me the ball.
Exactly.
And I think Embiid's like that. I don't think Simmons is there yet because he doesn't have a jump shot, and I think it takes time to drive to the basket. And I think for his evolution, and I keep forgetting that. If you think about LeBron James and his
Mhm.
evolution, and I can't stand his game, but I got to admit he is one of the top 3 ever to play the game. But he was pretty much Ben Simmons his first 3 years in the league. He was pretty much, I'm going to drive the basketball and you got to stop me from getting there. And he didn't develop a jump shot.
Well, it's all about building, skills. It's all
Mhm.
about you start out and you just keep building as you play. I mean, he didn't become. I want to say now I didn't see him from the start of his career. I want to say he didn't start out as the LeBron James today from the get go. So it's just
definitely for him it was evolution. Ben
It's-
Simmons,
yeah.
he said no one, and I saw this quote. He said no one ever taught him how to shoot a jump shot.
Well,
How's that possible?
He went from Australia to Florida.
Yeah, but how's that possible?
I don't know.
Your dad was a professional basketball player. You had
Mhm.
Brett Brown.
Yeah.
As a family friend, how did nobody say, Ben, by the way, your jump shot sucks. Let's work on that. No one. I guess
Is
when
that
you're
even-
6'10" and a point guard.
Is that even excusable?
No,
It's
not
not exactly.
no. It's impossible to
That's
me
right.
that you don't have a jump shot
Mhm.
at 22 years old and having your, the number 1 pick or whatever he was in the draft. I just don't understand how that
Yeah,
can
that's
be.
a little.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's a little off. All right. Well,
I
do you
think
have-
that wraps it up,
yes.
buddy.
Do you have anything else, Matt?
No, I just want to say it was awesome. I'm so thankful that you decided to do the Facebook Live. I know we thought about different
Awesome.
ways of handling this,
Mhm.
but I think for you,
It's a fun. It's a fun way to do it.
yeah, and it puts you out there, and social media is literally the greatest marketing tool on the planet.
That's true.
And I think
Sure.
what you're about to start doing is going to be fun. And
I'm excited.
we're going to do. Christian's going to do. He's going to highlight athletes from Lansdale Catholic.
I will. I'm excited to do it on,
Have them on
right
as
here.
guests.
Right here on Field Pass Podcast. So that should
We
be
got-
exciting.
Sometimes that can be a little bit of a tongue twister.
Why don't we just call it FPP? It's like,
Hey, you can call whatever you want. It's your
FPP.
show.
FTI.
FPP.
Yep. FPP.
So I love it,
I was
guys.
born 18.
Christian, I appreciate that you let me on your show.
Thanks, Matt.
Everybody, I
Really
want you to
appreciate it.
thank you for tuning in.
Yes, I know. Even during the Eagles game, you passionate fans out there. But yeah, go Eagles, and let's get a win today.
All right, guys. God bless. Take
Have
care.
a great one. This is Christian James. Thank you so much. Signing off.